up a check and join me today. Out in my workshop, I'm tinkering away. Wanda above staring down on me. Wonder what my next project will be. Working on my Johnson, my Mercury Mark 10. Firing up my StarCraft to fish again. Grab your friends and your dog is too, to watch Tim's Workshop on my YouTube. Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Moving on to the lower unit, getting the oil seals replaced. So I got things kind of cleaned up here. First off, I got a tool, a puller, and I got the new seals. Sierra makes the seals. It's a 18-20-32. Got two of them. The smallest size goes to 3/8, and we're going, the whole size is, it's a 550 for the metal part of it. For the O-ring part, or the seal, the rubber seal part of it, it's actually a 1/2 inch to match the crankshaft seal and also the prop shaft seal. Go ahead and try this out. We'll screw this in after we get this locked in. And the way it works, is you screw this down and it separates this so it fits snugly on the seal. And then you put the slide hammer on it, it threads on, and then you can pop the seal out. Hopefully. So let's get on with this. We'll take this part. It has a seal in it. We'll set it upside down here. Put my feet on here. I guess what we'll do is we'll get this up here and we'll put this in and start tightening it. But what we'll do is we'll get the crescent wrench on here and we'll get this one on and we'll just tighten it down just so it's snug. There we go. So that should work pretty good there. So let's get this back on the floor. See, this isn't wobbling around now. It's in there good, so it should pull out this time. Put my feet on it. Yeah, I got to get a vise out here for stuff like this. Okay. Well, it's coming. Need to get it in there tighter. Never used one of these before, so we'll get it. Let me get it in there. I'm going to cinch it down even tighter with the crescent wrenches. It is coming out, so if anything, I could use a screwdriver to get it the rest of the way out. Just work around it, pop it loose. But let's see if I can get it out all the way with this. That's what I bought this thing for, to get it out. Especially, this is a good test on this one because the other one is down inside the hole. So if you have problems with that, I don't know how you're going to get that one out. So I want to make sure that I get this right before I try to get the other one out. All right. That's what I'm afraid of. Well, I'm going to have to use a screwdriver to get that thing out of there. Unfortunately. Alright, I think it's coming. I think the key is to get the puller clear out to the edge of this part. This is not cutting it. It's not expanding enough. Yeah, somebody put these in with sealant. I don't know if that's what was supposed to be done. Well, it's nice and clean and there's no damage. We got the oil seal out of the where the prop shaft goes, so we got that. As far as getting the seal out of this end, we're going to need a tool that's the same diameter as this hole for putting the seal back in, with a pilot in it that will go through the center to drive it in evenly. But to get the oil seal out of here, it's going to take a special tool that will go down there, tighten onto the oil seal, and then has a plate up here with a screw. Extract it is what they call it. So it's an extraction tool made for this, special, back in 1940 something. I got to get myself one of those tools or have one fabbed. Maybe we'll be okay just leaving this seal in there. We're going to try it just to make sure it doesn't leak after we put the oil seal in this part, because that's where the oil was coming out. Obviously it was coming out here. So this oil seal on the prop shaft was what was leaking. So I'm going to get a bucket, put some Simple Green in it with a brush, and then get in there and clean this here. I'm going to have to scrub on it. So I'm going to have to get that some Scotch-Brite or something, you know. I'll probably end up taking the paint off when I do it, but I'll get this thing cleaned up nice, because it's all going to be repainted anyway. The prop, everything. Yeah, it wore the paint right off. It's funny how it only wore off on this side. It didn't wear off on this side. Isn't that interesting? So I got the oil seals. So I'm going to put one in, and the fuel tank, we're going to drain the fuel tank of that temporary fuel I put in there, and we're going to put some new stuff in there, about 1 gallon of good fuel with the right oil mix in it, 16:1. Oh, we need to put new spark plug cables on here, so that's going to be done. I'm going to take the flywheel off and check out the points, just to make sure that they're not burnt. You know, they're working, it's sparking, but I still want to take the flywheel off and do that. So that means the gas tank's going to have to come off. So I'm not going to put fuel in here yet. So I'm going to have to split up these videos because it's going to take too long. So I think what we'll do is we'll start off with cleaning up, taking the fuel, draining the fuel tank, taking the flywheel off, checking out the points, replacing the spark plug cables and the spark plugs. Do that first, and then we'll get into cleaning all the parts up. Put the lower unit all back together. Okay, that'll probably be a video just by itself. Make the gasket, put the card back on, put everything together, and then we'll put it in the test tank. Start it up and see how she runs. And we'll have the initial settings, which is on the high speed and the low speed adjustments. We're going to have them 3/4 of a turn off a seat, and that's what I read in the for the TD20, the carburetor settings, for initial settings. So if you need to adjust it, you can. as far as rich or lean, as far as the high speed. And then the low speed is just adjusting it down so you have it running at a nice low speed without dying. And that's basically all that's for. Okay, so that'll be next. So let's start with taking the fuel tank off, draining it, and pulling the flywheel. And we're going to have to order some spark plug wire too. So we'll get that ordered.